My daughter's voice was the sound of panic. "Dad, please come here now! Don't tell Mom, please!" Then the line cut. The world slowed. Every instinct I'd buried since my days as a detective came alive again. Within 10 minutes, I was driving through rain so heavy it blurred the world into streaks of light and noise. When I reached her house, blue and red flashes painted the street. Police cars, an ambulance, the kind of scene that stops hearts. Her husband stood on the porch, blocking the door. "You can't go in there," he said. "Move!" He didn't. So I did what I used to do before I retired. I went through him. The door swung open. The air inside was metallic, heavy. And when I saw what they were covering with that white sheet on the floor, my knees went weak. It was my daughter. They said it was self-inflicted. They said she left a note. I listened, and I nodded, and I knew they were lying. My daughter wouldn't do that. Not her. Not the same girl who used to call me after every argument with her husband, whispering, "I'll be fine, Dad. Don't worry about me." I'd seen her hide bruises before. Once she said she fell down the stairs. Another time she claimed the dog scratched her. The explanations changed. The pain never did. Her husband cried at the scene, too loud, too rehearsed. His tears felt like a performance for the cops, not for her. When I walked past him, I caught a faint smirk under his grief. It lasted half a second, long enough. I stood beside her covered body and promised her something silently. "I'll find what you were too afraid to say." Grief is a quiet teacher. It makes you listen. I began listening to the silence she left behind. Her journals, her texts, her emails. Each word she'd ever written felt like a breadcrumb leading somewhere dark. Her husband, Mark, didn't know I still had her old laptop. I found an encrypted folder buried beneath fake invoices. I cracked it open. Inside, videos. She had been recording him. The fights, the threats. And one clip froze me. Mark stood over her, drunk, shouting about what happens if you ever talk. He hit her, hard. She fell. The video cut off. I didn't go to the police. I'd seen how they buried domestic cases under paperwork in sympathy. Instead, I went to work. I traced his calls. The night before she died, he spoke with someone from a burner phone. 8 calls in 1 hour. Then nothing. I followed the signal to an abandoned motel 2 towns away. Room 14. The clerk remembered them, Mark and a woman. Not my daughter. Someone else. Blonde. Younger. I started connecting dots. His mistress. His motive. His cover. He wanted freedom. She wanted silence. He found a way to get both. 2 weeks later, I met the lead detective on her case. I handed him a flash drive with everything. Recordings, GPS logs, timestamps. He promised to look into it. He didn't. So I called someone I trusted, a former colleague who owed me. Within days, he got me what I needed. Toxicology reports. The so-called suicide note. My daughter's handwriting wasn't hers. The ink was too uniform, the pressure inconsistent. Someone forged it. The autopsy showed bruising on her wrists, defensive wounds. She didn't die by choice. She died by someone's hands. Mark's hands. That night, I went to see him. He was drinking by the fire, pretending to mourn. He didn't even look surprised to see me. "Still playing detective?" he said. "No," I said. "Just a father who knows." I handed him the photos, the reports, the recordings. He went pale. "You can't prove?" "I don't need to." He realized, in that silence, that his time was over. I didn't raise my voice, didn't touch him, just left an envelope on the table. Inside was everything. "I sent copies to the DA's office," I said, "and one to your girlfriend. I figured she should know what kind of man you are." He lunged for me, but I stepped back. His rage was hollow now, an animal trapped in its own lie. "I didn't mean—" "Tell it to her," I said, nodding toward the photo of my daughter in the corner. "She's the only one who'd ever believe you." Then I left him there, shaking, broken, surrounded by the evidence of his own destruction. The next morning, news broke. He'd turned himself in. Guilt, panic, fear, it didn't matter. Justice was finally wearing his face. They asked me later if it felt good. It didn't. Justice doesn't comfort. It cleans. It empties. I still visit her grave every Sunday. I bring her coffee, like we used to share. I talk to her about small things. Weather, traffic, silence. Sometimes I imagine she can hear me. Other times, I think she already knows everything I'd say. I don't hate Mark anymore. Hatred's too human for what he deserves. I just remember the look on his face when he realized I'd already won. And when I walk away from her grave, I whisper the same words every time. You're free now.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and comment. Subscribe now to Cheating Stories Insight World for more amazing stories.